Hi, my little race. It's Ray from Rayro Studios. I love the show Jimmy Neutron. It's funny, it's silly, everything I could possibly want at the young age of 7 years old. And due to my history with Jimmy Neutron, I can honestly say that out of all of the seasons, all of the episodes, there is only one out of all the episodes that I truly don't like. And that episode would be Holly Jolly Jimmy. First of all, why was Jimmy Neutron being such an absolute jerk in this episode? I get it. Most of the time, Jimmy's friends are believing in something incredibly stupid and they're putting them all in danger. But in this scenario, the people in this episode are just believing in Santa Claus, which really isn't that bad when you look at the grand scheme of everything. Plus, Jimmy keeps using the argument that there's no way in the entire world due to physics that Santa Claus could exist. And I'm just over here like, Jimmy, you've been to outer space, lasted for several days, made functioning rocket ships out of theme park rides. You've been to the equator just to prove that there's not a line on it. You broke into Area 51. You've been to another dimension. You've made an evil clone of yourself on multiple occasions. You've been into other people's minds. Compacted infinite space into a finite cube. You can't exactly use the "it doesn't make any sense" card here. And side note, have any of y'all ever seen a more un-Christmassy looking Christmas special? Like, they're wearing spring and summer clothing. There's no snow anywhere besides the North Pole. Even when it does snow in the Christmas special, it's at the very tippity end and it's a light sprinkle. As an animator / show creator, I am not the one for unneedless character inserts. Like, I get it if you want to put your favorite character in the background, or you want to give them a few lines in the show. I get that. But Cindy and whatever her name is, friend, they have no reason to be here in this episode, besides recording Jimmy and telling everyone that he ruined Christmas. And they get in this episode through the most contrived amount of luck that I've ever seen. Like, all they would have had to do was not fiddle with that little box and they would not be in this episode. Also, when Jimmy gets to the North Pole and literally sees a very much Christmas themed workshop clearly run by elves, he will use every excuse in the book to be like, no way, this can't be the real Santa Claus's workshop. He literally uses the excuse,
But Jimmy, what about the factory?
Ha! It's just a gussied up warehouse, Carl.
and
Santa's house.
Not necessarily. It could be a cleverly disguised army outpost.
like, I get it, it's the classic trope of the smart kid being in denial that they were wrong. But Jesus, Jimmy has been proven wrong before, and he has never been in this much gosh darn denial about it. And now all of a sudden, Jimmy has to kill Santa Claus for him to be like, okay, maybe I was wrong. Like, seriously, what happened to you just a couple of episodes ago, Jimmy? Like I said, I absolutely love both the show and the movie of Jimmy Neutron, but I cannot let it slide that they ruined what could have been a perfectly good concept for a Christmas special just because they were A, too lazy to draw snow in wherever Jimmy lives, B, because Jimmy needed to be a jerk for the sake of the plot, and C, simultaneously ruin its own world building just for the tee-hees and ha-has. I am a big believer that if you want to make a Christmas special, it needs to correlate with your show's themes and values. You can't have a show about a kid fighting aliens, being a super spy, and going into different dimensions, and then say that that exact same kid thinks it's absolutely impossible that Santa Claus exists. That would be like Elon Musk saying that it is absolutely impossible for people to own billions upon billions of dollars. He would sound absolutely insane. This episode is lacking everything a good Christmas special should have, and be what a good Jimmy Neutron episode should have. It's lacking the charm, it's lacking the funny, and it's lacking any of the usual sense that the show would have. What would have actually been a good episode idea is for Jimmy to not believe in Santa Claus, but be alright with it for the sake of his friends. But then some jerk in the school makes fun of Carl and Sheen, so Jimmy says that he'll go to the North Pole and prove that Santa Claus does exist, but then runs into the problem of Santa Claus doesn't want to have a photograph taken of him. Sure, there's still some problems with that plot here or there, but that's to be expected with any Christmas special with a boy genius. At least now, Jimmy isn't a complete and utter jerkwad for no apparent reason. And now, Cindy and her friend actually have a reason to be here. Okay, my little race, that's all for today's episode. I hope you both like, share, comment, and subscribe for more of these ranting videos of mine. See you later. Bye!